This isn't another get ready with me back to school video. I'm skipping the 5 study hacks you've already heard. What I'm giving you is what actually changed my life after leaving school. The mindset shifts, how you can look unrecognizable in no time, the glow up, the systems I wish someone handed me before walking through those doors again. So, no more getting yelled at to wake up, no more running around the house looking for one shoe right before you're supposed to leave. Before you keep watching, comment start below. I want to actually see who's serious about this. Let's get into it, babe. Chapter 1. Don't get involved in drama. Whatever drama is happening in that classroom does not get to live rent-free in your head. People who go out of their way to bring you down are dealing with something ugly somewhere else in their life. That's not an excuse for them, it's proof it was never about you. Let that weight drop. On friendships, popularity is not the same as safety. 1 or 2 girls who actually know you beats 50 who know a version of you. That truth never expires. But don't hide behind it either. Talk to people, even the ones you'll never be close with. Staying quiet in the back of class isn't cute. It's just a missed chance to figure out who you're becoming and what we can experience. Romanticize this era while you have it. The outfit planning, the walk to class, seeing your favorite people daily without even trying, that disappears faster than you think. Life gets better later, but it never looks like this again. Being bad at something new is not a character flaw, it's the entry fee for getting good. A rough grade is information, not identity. Once you stop taking mistakes personally, you start taking way more risks. Last thing, feel your feelings instead of stuffing them down. Write it out, say it out loud, whatever it takes. Emotions you swallow don't vanish, they just resurface as snapping at people you love. The girls who thrive aren't the smartest ones in the room. They're the ones who process fast and keep moving. Chapter 2. The glow up. Everyone thinks glow up means a haircut and new makeup. It's not that. The real glow up starts underneath, with simple things people rush past. Let's start with hygiene. Your face gets dirty during the day from sweat, oil, and just being outside. Washing it morning and night gives it a clean start, so anything else you put on it actually works. If you skip this step, nothing else really helps. Same goes for showering every day and washing your hair in a way that suits your hair type. This isn't about looking perfect. It's about not carrying yesterday's mess into today. Next is water. This one matters more than people think. Your body sends water to your organs first, and your skin gets what's left over. So if you're not drinking enough, your skin shows it first. It looks dull, tired, or breaks out. Carrying a water bottle and sipping it through the day does more for your face than most products. Now, let's talk about moving your body. This isn't about how you look in the mirror. Moving around, walking, dancing, anything gets your blood flowing, and that's what actually gives your skin that glow. It also calms your mind, because moving your body releases things that help you feel steady and relaxed. So someone who feels confident walking into a room usually just feels good on the inside first. That's why this matters so much. Sleep works the same way. Your body fixes and repairs your skin while you're asleep, not while you're awake. So staying up late on your phone isn't just tiring, it's taking away the time your skin needs to heal. Going to bed at a steady time each night does a lot of quiet work you don't even notice. Last is your aesthetic, and this should come last, not first. Don't rush to copy a look you saw online. Instead, notice what you're drawn to over time: outfits, rooms, playlists, colors. After a week or 2, you'll start to see a pattern. That pattern is your aesthetic. It's not a costume, it's just a clearer picture of what already feels like you. From there, pick a few outfits that match that pattern, ones you'd wear even if no one was watching. None of this is really about impressing other people. It's about clearing away the small stuff: dirty hair, no water, no sleep, clothes that don't feel like you, so the real you can be seen clearly. That's the glow up. Everything else is just extra. Chapter 3. Planning your school year. Let's talk about school itself, simply. Not some big system, just real planning. First, figure out what subjects you're actually good at. Every student has 1 or 2 that come easier than others. Put more effort into those, since good grades there boost your average and give you room to work on the harder ones without as much pressure. Second, plan your week ahead, even loosely. Look at what's coming up and spread the work across a few days instead of leaving it all for the night before. Third, don't aim for perfect on everything. Some subjects you just need to pass, and that's fine. Put real effort into the ones that matter most, whether that's because you're good at them or you need them for something later. Fourth, Ask for help when something isn't clicking. Talk to your teacher, a classmate, or look it up. Waiting too long just makes the gap bigger. 5th, don't compare your grades to everyone else's. Compare this test to your last one. Improving is what matters, not where you rank. And last, one bad grade or one bad day doesn't ruin the year. What matters is what you do the week after. Know your strong subjects, plan a little ahead, ask for help early, and don't panic over one bad result. Small, steady effort adds up more than trying to be perfect all at once. Chapter 4. Stop waiting to feel ready. You don't need to feel confident before you raise your hand, try out for something, or talk to the person you've been avoiding. Confidence isn't the thing that shows up first. It shows up after you do the thing scared and realize you survived it. Waiting to feel ready is just a socially acceptable way of staying stuck. Think about it. You've probably been getting ready to do something for months, join the club, message the person, sign up for the tryout, and the readiness never actually came. That's because it's not coming. It's not a switch that flips one day. It's built one uncomfortable moment at a time, and there's no shortcut around that part. The girls who seem the most put together this year aren't the ones who had it figured out over summer. They're the ones who stopped waiting for permission from themselves. They raised the hand with the shaky voice. They showed up to the tryout without knowing if they'd make it. They said the awkward thing first, so someone else didn't have to. So pick the one thing you've been putting off until you feel ready. Do it this week. Not because you'll suddenly feel brave, but because that's genuinely the only way the feeling shows up at all. That's the full guide. The mindset, the glow up, the planning, all of it. Not a checklist to stress over, just things to come back to when the year gets messy, because it will. You don't need to nail every single one starting Monday. Pick one, actually live it for a week, then add the next. That's how it sticks. Comment START if you're going into this school year with me. See you in the next one.